He was detained on December 10th, unspecified charges by the Ministry of Interior in Saudi Arabia. And the blogosphere in Saudi Arabia and in many other places in the world has been lit up with people calling for his release, including the Committee for the Protection of Journalists, including Human Rights Watch. There's a lot of people that are asking the Saudi royal family and the Saudi king to release Fouad.
So what is the likelihood he will be released? We know that President Bush is going to be visiting in just about a week.
President Bush should be visiting in about a week. There have been calls to the embassy in Saudi Arabia. Right now, we don't know if or when he will be released. I spoke with Major General Mansour Turki, who's the spokesperson for the Ministry of Interior in Saudi Arabia. I spoke with him a few days back. At first, he said that the man had been detained but not jailed. Then he said that he would be allowed to see his family, but that he hadn't been allowed to see his family. Right now, we know that he's being held in a detention center in Jeddah. Some people are calling it a jail. Some people are calling it a holding facility. There's not a lot that's known right now. What's happening is that you're not seeing a lot of people in the Arab language press in Saudi Arabia talking about it. You're seeing the English language press and the bloggers in Saudi Arabia talking about it, trying to bring it to the attention of an international audience, trying to apply pressure on the King of Saudi Arabia and the Ministry of Interior to specify what are the charges, why is he being held.
What impact is it likely to have on bloggers in Saudi Arabia?
Right now, bloggers are hopeful that this will encourage people to speak out. Fouad Alfarhan is somebody who has come out and has said in the past, look, there's no guarantee that in Saudi Arabia, if you blog under your own name, that you will not be arrested.
And he's the first one to do that.
And he's the first one to do that. But he's also saying there's no guarantee that if you hide behind a pseudonym or you go into a forum that you won't be arrested. Things are monitored heavily in Saudi Arabia. Email is monitored, there are filters. Everything can be seen, can be read. This is somebody who's out there and he's using his own name, and there are only a few of the bloggers in Saudi Arabia. People like Fouad Alfarhan, people like Ahmed Al-Umran, who runs SaudiGenes.org, people like Fadil Al-Fadayha. They are using their own name, they are blogging, they are talking about wanting change and trying to affect that change.
Speaking of that change, what is this an indication of?
This is an indication that in Saudi Arabia right now, even if the mainstream Arabic language Saudi press is not talking about something, this generation of bloggers, they feel that they can take this to the international community. They feel that they can get their voices heard and that other countries will shine a spotlight on Saudi Arabia, that the news media will shine a spotlight on Saudi Arabia, and that maybe that will affect a change.